Hello my dears, and surprise! Mama Mushroom has a few plans for you in this tutorial on how to draw the human face, because today's video is going to be a little different than other drawing tutorials you've seen, because Mom is going to use their own face to help you understand how to draw the human face at all angles, girl. Learning where to place these guidelines on the faces you are going to draw will help you learn how to draw a face at every angle. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, and find it useful, be sure to give it a big thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. And if you'd like to support this channel on Patreon for just $1 to help this channel grow and help me create more publishing tutorials and drawing tutorials, please check out my Patreon in the description box below, guys. And without further ado, let's get started. To get the most out of this video, I highly recommend that you grab some paper, grab a pencil, and get drawing along with me. At the end of this video, I'm going to be giving out a special hashtag to use on Instagram and Twitter so that I can see the creations that you made while drawing along with this tutorial. Feel free to take notes, do whatever you need, and take your time and have fun, guys. So stay tuned to the very end of the video for that, okay, guys? The first thing to know when drawing the human face, no matter what angle you're drawing it at, is understanding these guidelines. So I want to go through how to use these guidelines, how to always remember where to place them, so that no matter what gender you're drawing, what age the person is, or what angle their face is, you will be able to draw their face. These guidelines work as not just your guides, but they also help you figure out what's wrong with your face when you draw it a little incorrectly. Kind of like a checklist. You draw a face and you're like, this looks a little weird. These guidelines, if you know where to place them, you can go through your drawing and figure out what's a little off about it. You know what I mean? I'll explain a bit later when I draw along with you guys, but right now we need to learn these guidelines. First, you will start off by drawing a circle and then a small oval shape for the jawline. No matter what age the person is or how long their face is, you pretty much want to start off with this shape, and later on you can carve in the shape of their jaw and their chin according to what you want for your character. But for now, let's start off with a basic circle and oval shape for the face. Now the next thing you want to do is draw a line down the very center of the face. This is a very important line to know because this will help you with symmetry, making sure that both sides of the face are symmetrical, the eyes are in the same spot, the nostrils are in the same place on both sides, and that both halves of the mouth are the same width. Now, for those of you who want to argue with me that no human face is actually symmetrical, that's fine. But understand that being able to draw a symmetrical face and just mastering the art of symmetry is a super important skill to master when you is an artist. So don't come up with excuses. I understand that no one's face is perfect, no one's face is symmetrical, but girl, we are drawing characters. And if the face is asymmetrical and one eye is too far out and one is too close to this center line, people are just going to assume that you didn't take your time and that you don't know how to draw. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want people to assume that. So try to master the art of symmetry, and this line down the middle will help you with that. Now come the fun lines, in my opinion. The line for the eye, the line for the nose, and the line for the mouth, guys. And to remember where to place these every time, remember my 50-50-50 rule, aka my half-half-half rule. Let me explain. Start off by looking at the length of the head or the height of the head. Find the middle. That is where the eyes will go. Now focus on this part. Find the middle. That is where the nose will go. Now focus on this part. Find the middle. That is where the mouth will go. Let's go through that one more time. Look at the length of your head. Find the middle. That is where the eyes will go. Look at this part. Find the middle. That is where the nose will go. Now look at this part. Find the middle. That is where the mouth will go, girl. Magic! And in case you're wondering, no, I did not learn these rules in school. I just drew my own face, drew my cousin's face, and figured out, yeah, we have the same measurements pretty much. Used the half-half-half rule no matter how long or how short the face is that you're drawing, and the features will pretty much always land in this area. Yes, it is true that each of our features will be in a slightly different place, like you'll draw the line for the eyes and some people's eyes will land right on the line, other people's eyes will land right above the line, and so on and so forth. But with these lines, you're pretty much always going to know the coordinates of their features, girl. The next thing to understand when it comes to guidelines is the proportion of the features. When drawing the eyes, for instance, so the width of one eye is usually the same width as the space between your eyes. So when you're sketching out a face, kind of draw little ovals to represent both the eyes, but also sketch in an imaginary third eye in the middle to help you with the layout of the eyes and to make sure you have a good amount of space between the eyes. The next thing to know is the width of the mouth. If you find the corners of the mouth and trace them upward, they usually land right in the middle of each eye. You see that? So when you're drawing a mouth, the corners of the mouth, when it's relaxed, line up with the middle of the eyes. Now this is a little different when you're drawing anime and manga because they do tend to have smaller mouths. So I totally understand if that doesn't work for you, but if you're drawing realism or you're drawing realistic cartoons, or you're like me and you like to draw full lips, this rule applies to you. If you're drawing anime and manga with really tiny mouths, just know that the mouth will still land on this line. Now when it comes to noses, this is a little tricky because we all have different types of noses. Some people have really narrow noses, some have wider noses. So the measurements for how wide a nose should be, it really depends on who you're drawing, so on and so forth. So girl, draw you some beautiful noses. The only rule that really applies when it comes to the placement of the noses is this line right here. This is more or less where the nostrils will be placed. Sometimes they can be placed a little bit lower, sometimes a little bit higher. It all depends on the type of nose you're drawing, but this is pretty much where you're gonna draw the nose. And the last bit of information you need to know before we actually get to drawing is where to place the ears. This part of the ear that attaches to the head lines up almost perfectly with the eye. You see that? And this part of the ear that attaches to the head pretty much lines up perfectly with the nose. Look at that! Everything lines up perfectly. So before we get started with drawing step by step and drawing all the different angles, let's go over the guidelines one more time, girl. Draw the rough shape of your head. Draw the line down the middle for symmetry. Now look at the length of the head, find the middle. That's where the eyes will go. Look at this part right here, find the middle. That's where the nose will go. Look at this part right here, find the middle. That's where the mouth will go. Now follow the line of the eye and the mouth, and that's where the ears will go. And lastly, the width of the mouth. The corners should line up with the middles of each of the eyes. Girl, you got this! The best way to memorize these guidelines is to draw a full frontal, to memorize it from the front, and then a profile to memorize where to place the ears and such. So those are going to be the first two angles that we're going to tackle in this video. Be patient and take your time, guys, okay? Start off with a circle and make an oval shape. Draw the line down the center for symmetry. And remember the half rule. And for the eyes, remember we have to measure out our two eyes as well as the space between them. And now we can go in and start drawing in our details. Now let's work on the profile. Start off with a circle. Draw a straight line to represent the front of the face and a curved line to represent the jaw and the back of the head. Very carefully begin to sketch out your features. Remember, this is where the mouth will go. So very delicately begin to sketch out where you want the lips to go, more or less. Everyone's profile looks a little different. So definitely Google some reference pictures, ask your friends and family to pose for you so that you can figure out what kind of profiles work best for you. Be sure to sketch out all the shapes, okay guys? Do not draw too hard. Take your time, sketch out everything until you are 100% satisfied with what you drew. The next angle we're going to tackle is a 2/3 angle. Now a 2/3 angle is called this because imagine your face is divided into 3. One part is the side of the cheek with the ear, the middle is right here, and the third part would be this part of your face. Now at a 2/3 angle, you're only able to see the middle and one of the sides. The third side is completely gone, so only 2/3, 2 pieces out of 3 parts of your face is visible. This is why that angle is called a 2/3 angle. So that's a crucial angle to learn, so that's going to be the next angle we tackle, guys. We're gonna start off with a circle, and I'll very lightly sketch out the side of the face, very lightly sketch out the curve of the jaw. Really pay attention to all of these subtle curves of the face. Really pay attention to your reference picture. When you're first learning how to draw faces, always use reference, be it a photograph of yourself, a photo you Googled online. Always use reference to really train yourself the best. And now we have to sketch out our eyes. 3. Now this eye is furthest away. We're going to see it a little smaller, okay? And then this eye is a little closer to us, so we're going to see it bigger. This next angle is a little tricky, so take your time, guys, okay? Tackle it the same way you tackled every other angle so far. You're doing great, so do not give up, do not get frustrated. Start off lightly sketching out the side of the cheek and the jaw. Once again, find the center for symmetry. Try your best to envision the center of the face where the eyes will go. Really look at your reference for this, okay guys? Find the middle for the nose, the line for the mouth, and really take your time. Really look at your reference picture. Do not try to make up things from memory. Start off with your circle. This is a really weird and difficult angle, but I believe in you guys. You can do it. Find the center. Now find the line of the eye and begin to carve in the nose. I tend to start off with the nose. It helps me balance out the face and measure everything and keep everything in proportion. From the nose, I begin to sketch out my eye. Now go back to the eye, curve in that line, go outward for the cheek, and back in for the chin and jaw. Now begin to carve out the jaw shape. Angles like this need a lot of practice and a lot of time to get right. When you're still learning to draw these dramatic, crazy dynamic angles, take your time. Depend on your reference, okay? Now this angle is a little easier. Start off with the circle, and because this face is being seen from above, let's draw a slightly larger circle and then draw out the oval shape. Now let's start off with the nose a little bit. Let's draw a little arrow facing downward and then draw the mouth. This face is at an angle, so you can actually use this line of the circle for the line of the eyes, okay? Draw a little bit of the nose bridge. And now we'll start sketching out the eyes. Remember that little third eye in the middle? Now remember this face is at an angle, so the ears are going to be a little higher up. Please forgive my sketchiness, guys, but I hope you can still understand what I'm drawing. To get the most out of this video, guys, I hope you drew along with me, but also understand that to master drawing faces, take your time, have fun, and be sure to practice at least 10 to 20 minutes a day, guys, and use hashtag MushroomFamilyHW1. Use that on Instagram and on Twitter so that Mama could see your homework assignment, so I can see your progress. I may not be able to comment on all of them, but I will be seeing all of them, girl. And in my next art tutorial, I might just feature a few of them. So work hard, guys, and don't forget to use the hashtag. Be sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell. And if you want to see more videos like this and want to support the channel, please become a patron on Patreon for just $1. And until next time, guys, please take care, God bless, and do not be afraid to nerd out or draw lines on your faces for your babies. Take care, guys.